something delicious to bake again today. As always, we are going to be making some gooey chocolate brownies. Does that sound special? Do you want to give me a big yum? Yummy! And because Halloween is just around the corner, we're going to make them into Halloween brownies. I'm going to make them look like mummies. Is that okay? Yes! So let me show you what they look like. They're going to be covered in bandages and have some googly eyes sticking out. They are delicious and great for Halloween. So I hope that you will join me in making them. Let's see what we need, shall we? I'll quickly go through some of the ingredients, but I'll put all the details in the description below so you can see exactly how much you need. So we've got some butter and some chocolate to melt. So it's in my heat-proof glass bowl. We're going to need some caster sugar and some flour. And we're going to need eggs. Can you count them with me? 1, 2, 3 eggs. Who likes cracking eggs? It's good fun, isn't it? And then for the decoration, you're going to need some white chocolate, which will melt down later, and some googly eyes. Now I've just bought these icing ones so they're edible, so they can go on the top and you can eat them with your brownies. Now let's get started. So the first thing to do is to melt your butter and your chocolate. Now I'm doing it on the hob like I did last time, so I want a little bit of water in my pan. Don't know if you can see that, but like a centimetre or a bit. And that's going to sit on top, and as the water heats up, it's going to melt my butter and my chocolate. Do not let the water touch the bottom of the bowl though, because then it'll make it burn and a bit funny, okay? So just a little bit in the bottom of the pan, that sits on top, and let it melt away. Obviously, make sure a grown-up is helping you with that. Don't do that by yourself because that's very dangerous. You can do this in the microwave if you want, just do it in little short bursts, so 30 seconds at a time, give it a mix, put it back in until it's all melted. Is that okay? So while we're melting that, put your oven on as well because that needs to be preheated. So mine's going to be at gas mark 3. Starting to look pretty good now, isn't it? Most of the chocolate has melted. Just waiting for the butter to melt now. So watch out for the steam that's coming out because that's the hottest bit as well. So get your grown-up to hold it steady while you give it a little mix. But keep your hands well away. Okay, so that's nearly done. So I'm going to take that off the heat and just let the last little bit melt. So in a bigger bowl, we've got to mix it all up. So the first thing you need to do is add your sugar. So once you've measured it out, add it to your big bowl. And then you're just going to add that chocolate that you've melted into the sugar and give it a really good mix. So I'm going to pour that in now. Obviously it's really, really hot, so do be careful. Ask your grown-up to pour it in for you so you don't hurt yourself. And scrape all of those bits out. You don't want to leave any chocolate behind, do you? No. And then give it a good mix round so all the sugar, all the butter and all the chocolate is all mixed in. I always love that bit, it looks so good, doesn't it? Yes! Our next ingredient is the flour. So we'll add in our flour now, just tip it all in. Don't need to do it bit by bit, just all in one go. And give that a mix round as well. Don't forget that you can join in, even if you're not baking right now, you can get your mixing bowl and mix with me as well. Mix, 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 mix. Mix, 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 mix. Until it's all mixed in. That looks good, doesn't it? Now the final thing to add are our eggs. Yes! Again, you can just add them all at the same time. So you're going to tap with me, say tap, 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 then crack. Ready? Tap, 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 and crack. I'm ready again. Tap, 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 and crack. Blop. And the last egg, ready? Tap, 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 and crack. Woo, excellent. Now, do go and wash your hands when you've touched the egg, if you've got any on your hands, before you start mixing, because you don't want raw egg all over your spoon and all over your fingers, do you? So I'm just going to go and quickly wash mine. clean again. So, you are ready to mix again? Get your mixing bowl, get your wooden spoon and say mix, 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 mix. 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 Smooth. Whoop, nearly fell out the bowl then. Excellent. And that's your brownie mixture ready. Now, if you get your tin, remember how before, to make it nice and easy, you get your tin that you're going to use, put your greaseproof paper on top, and then just get a tin the same size and push it in. Your tin is covered and ready to go. So all you've got to do now is put your brownie mixture into that tin. Shall we do it? You can say "ooh" as it's going in. Is that all right? Ready? Ooh. And scrape all the bits out because you don't want to leave any of your brownie mixture behind, do you? No. Okay, so now we've just got to put our brownies in the oven. It will take about 30 to 35 minutes to cook, and it will still be a little bit gooey in the middle, so that when you eat them, they're really nice. If you leave it in too long, it'll overcook the edges and they'll be really, really crunchy, which is fine if that's what you like. So just keep an eye on it. When it goes flaky on the top, that generally means it's ready to go, okay? So about 30 to 40 minutes, okay? Let's put it in. Again, ask your grown-up to help you put it in the oven. Okay, so your brownies should now be done. I took mine out after about 45 minutes, so I did go a little bit longer this time, but you can see how it's gone a little bit flaky on the top. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? And once you take it out, put it on a cooling rack and leave it to cool. Once it's completely cool, then you can decorate it, which is what we are going to do now. Is that okay? Now, the first thing I'm going to do is chop this into pieces. So it depends how big you want it, to how big you're going to chop it. Just going to do Okie dokie. We've got some yummy white chocolate, and that's our bandages. So just with a spoon on your brownies, I've got a couple of pieces of brownies here. We're just gonna swish the white chocolate over the top to make it look like bandages all over our brownie. So scoop a little bit up and then just keep flicking it back and forward all over your brownie. And again with another one, flicking it back and forward. Doesn't matter how messy it is, doesn't matter if some bits are thicker than others. Swish, 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 until it's all covered in bandages. And then all you've got to do is stick some googly eyes on it. And the white chocolate will help those stick on. And you can make them be in funny places if you want, so they look a little bit wonky. There you have it, one mummy brownie. And you just leave that to dry. And once the white chocolate is set, you can gobble them up. You want to do one big yum with me? Yummy! And a happy Halloween. I hope you have fun making those brownies, and I hope they taste as good as mine. And send me a picture if you do. I would love to see how your mummies look. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you again soon for some more baking.